All right, my friends, this week on Prof and Dev Play Games, we are unpacking the surprise Nintendo Direct and talking about what we've been playing. Stay tuned. All right, my friends, welcome to episode 471, my God, of Prof and Dev Play Games. We are here to spread the joy of video games. I am Prof Plays Games on Blue Sky. He is at Summerspeak on Blue Sky. He makes and plays games, and I just play them because I have no idea how to make them, but I love to talk about them, so here we are. Anthony, how are you?
I'm doing okay. 1 week till a big vacation, but just got to finish this week out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Work milestone on Friday.
Yeah.
So wrap that, but now I got to figure out get stuff set up and planned before I'm out for a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So, that's fun. Just got to get through the week. Just have to get through the next week. And then while we're going to talk about Nintendo Direct tonight, another Nintendo Direct or whatever they're going to call it on Wednesday. At 6 a.m.
I told my daughter that I was going to get up and watch it, and then she could watch it later, and she begged me, "Can I please get up with you and watch it?" So we're going to watch it together. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking very forward.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be up at that time. Hard to say.
You can. I mean, my wife was like, "Can't you just watch it like an hour later?" I was like, "Yeah, but I got to go to work. I know she's on spring break, but I have to go to work, so." I'm watching it then, and she wants to too, so it's all good. But speaking of directs, we got a surprise one. Nintendo said we got one more direct for the Switch era, and here it comes. And they announced, I think, the day before it came out. And we'll get into each piece of it and talk about what we thought. But overall, what were your thoughts of it, kind of from the 30,000 foot view?
Fine. Yeah. Nothing in here made me like, oh, this is absolutely amazing. It's a weird mix of things. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. A weird mix of games. And it has that, the whole thing just had the feeling of like, yes, these are all games coming out for the Switch. We all know they're going to run better on Switch 2.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing about it. I look at it, I'm like, right. Okay. Let's preempt anything coming out later this year is also gonna run just fine on Switch 2. So,
yep. It also felt like we have a lot of marketing deals here. We're getting them all out of the way. We're clearing the decks before we move into next week's thing, when we want it to be focused on Silksong.
Nope.
Oh my God! Come on, come on! Give me Silksong. Oh my God! I was at my daughter was playing soccer today and hanging out with some people, and I'm wearing a Hollow Knight shirt, and one guy was like, "Hey, is that Hollow Knight?" I was like, "Oh, dude, you're a gamer. Okay, yes, this is Hollow Knight. Let's talk."
Very nice.
And I was like, "Yeah, man, next Wednesday, going to be super happy at 6 a.m. Going to be hearing about Silksong." And he's like, "No, you're not. You're going to be sad at 7 a.m. I'm like, okay. We'll see. But I was surprised to learn or remember, I guess, that this is the first real big showcase from Nintendo since June 2024 when they announced like Echoes of Wisdom and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
All right. We haven't had anything. So this has been quite a drought. And then we're going to get two right in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It wasn't like amazing, but it wasn't bad. I thought there was some really good stuff in here.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Just
kind stuff for everybody.
Exactly. Yep. Kind of no heavy hitters in my view for the most part. Things we didn't know. Maybe Metroid is a heavy hitter, but the other ones, I don't know.
I mean, what was the? We'll preempt this. The Metroid Prime 4 Beyond got its new trailer. Was the only real piece? I mean, they showed some game mechanics throughout, but the big piece was that it was like, no, this is coming in 2025.
But they had already said that, so I thought the new thing was the psychic abilities.
All right, so then it's just mechanics of the game. Like this was literally just here's the new mechanical stuff going on. But because other than that, I was like, yep, it's Metroid Prime. It's cool. I will get this, and it will probably run far better on Switch 2.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to play it on Switch 2, I would assume.
Most likely.
Yeah. Depends on when it releases. But yeah, no, 2025 had already been known, so people were a little bit surprised we didn't get like a better date than 2025. But it's because we're going to get that date on Wednesday. Like my big assumption is we're going to get it on Wednesday. So, but yeah, the psychic abilities were the new thing. So,
which look fine and neat.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I mean, it's all just iteration on Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a Metroid Prime in quite a while, other than the remake, and the remake was very good.
Well, and that's because of this, that's my next game. I'm finishing Assassin's Creed Origins tonight, and I'm going to switch over to Metroid Prime Remastered, so I can finally join the club before this one comes out.
It's a good one.
I've heard such good things. I'll probably skip 2 and 3 and go right to 4.
2's good as well, but I don't think there's a great way to play 2 is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I have it on my Wii U, I guess, because Waggle Waggle, I think, was part of it was a Wii game, wasn't it?
No, 2 was a GameCube.
Oh, 2 was GameCube as well? Oh, perfect.
Yeah, 3 was the only Wii one. Okay. The Wii was the Waggle one. Was weird. Okay. But yeah, 2 has only ever been out on the GameCube. I don't think you can play it anywhere else.
No, you can play it on the Wii U. It came out on the Wii U.
They did. They
put the trilogy out. They put the trilogy out on the Wii U.
Yeah, made that trilogy.
Yeah, I picked it up on the Wii U.
Hopefully, they didn't screw it up then for the Wii U. But because 2 was a GameCube game and used the same controls and everything.
Okay, that's cool.
As the first one.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know what the trilogy, if they took any leeway and freedom with controls on the trilogy version.
Yeah, I mean, the rumors were for a long time that the 2 and 3 were ready to go and be dropped as a package, but I feel like this Direct would have been the time to say, here, April, and they didn't, so I don't know. We still got some hope for Wednesday.
Yeah.
After Wednesday, if we don't hear stuff we've been wanting to hear about, we're not going to hear about those things for a while.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So yeah, it kicked off with Dragon Quest. I guess where it felt like Nintendo started a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly, right?
We got the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes confirmed for this year. I don't think they had been confirmed for this year.
They had not. That's new.
Yeah.
Is this a bundle, or are these 2 different games?
I think they always talk about them together.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think they're one game. I think.
Okay. This will complete the trilogy, the Erdrick trilogy. Yeah. I think we're getting to. I have Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, and Travis and Tom are really interested in playing that this year. So I think we're gonna check that out on the RPG backlog.
Nice.
It is. I played probably 3 or 4 hours. I think I've talked about it here. It's a straightforward JRPG.
Yep. I mean that shouldn't be surprising, as this is kind of the series that started it.
It's the quintessential. Yeah, it's the blueprint. Yeah.
Yeah. Final Fantasy was not before this. Final Fantasy was inspired by this, and having seen that this was a successful genre.
How can we map more D&D onto this?
Pretty much, in some ways, and how we differentiate ourselves a little bit from it. But trying to think of what did the next one? So it was 1, 2, and 3 were 86, 87, and 88.
Damn. I'm just going.
One a year, and they're small in comparison to what you think today, and they're pretty simple overall.
Yep. I think that's why 1 and 2 is definitely a package together, because they are short and straightforward.
Yeah. So it's cool we're getting those. Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior in the States was one of the first role-playing games I've ever played. Probably the first, if you don't count Zelda.
Did you play all the way through one of those 3 games? Or all of them?
Definitely I played through 1. I couldn't tell you a damn thing about it at this point other than fighting slimes.
Yeah, sure.
It didn't leave a huge impression, but I know I spent a lot of time grinding and fighting monsters and slimes, and also the game being very obtuse, like a lot of games back then, of being like, they said a line, I should write that down because I'll need to remember where to go.
This is a hint I'll need in 1 hour or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. But But so vague memories of the first one, but that's the only one I ever played.
Tifa. God damn it.
You got attacked.
Fucking fell on me. Ow. Tifa's saying, put me on the wall so I don't fall on you. Ow. Yeah, paint my my artwork just fell on me when I was trying to get a notebook to write some thoughts down. So there you go, behind the scenes. But yeah, no, I thought it looks good. I just need Square to continue rolling with the HT2D until they get to Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. I mean, this is, you see all the stuff. This was the 30th anniversary? Yeah, this year is the 30th anniversary. And they're doing something for it. It's a very minor thing. They're like, we're doing some stuff throughout the year. And as of now, it's been like a live stream of the music. And a little website celebration. That's it.
And Wednesday. Come on, guys. Wednesday.
Come on.
Give me something Wednesday.
Yeah, please.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So we got that, which is cool. We'll get more Dragon Quest, and the first three, the trilogy, will be there.
Yep.
And then they went into AI, the Somnium Files, which I've never played any of these.
I hear they're really good, and people are very excited that whoever the director of this is coming back for this game.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Great. Sounds good. So the way I experienced this direct was through my daughter, because I had to drive her to school. So we watched the first 5 minutes together, and then I got dressed. She was already dressed. So she was watching, telling me what was happening. We get in the car. She's watching while I'm driving. So she's just telling me what's happening. So she's just telling me the things that she likes. This was one of them. She's like, Dad, This game looks really cool. I was like,
wait until you're older for this one, probably.
Yeah, this is rated M.
Yeah.
But for some reason it captured her attention. I was like, okay. But yeah, cool.
Parenting win? Parenting fail? What do you...
You know what? It's an open question on any subject matter. She's alive? I think I feel good about that. Because I was not sure about my skills there.
Yeah, so you get to do puzzle solving, detective
work. Yep, exactly.
Here,
that's what she likes. She was like, "It's like a detective game, Daddy." He's like, "Yeah, that's
correct. That's what it is."
And shit too.
Yeah, pretty much.
But she liked the puzzle aspect of it. So,
yeah, I'm sure there is a more appropriate puzzle detective games. Like Layton series is probably great.
No, that would be perfect. That's a great idea.
Yeah. But cool. There's that, and then Atlas was like, hey, here's an old Shin Megami Devil Summoner series game I had never heard of. Raido.
I have not ever in my life heard of this.
I had to look it up. I was like, what the hell? It was a PS2 game. It's part of the Devil Summoner series, so there's another spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. Devil Summoners 1 and 2, and
it's got a Persona vibe to it, obviously.
It does. I mean, it's all in that same world. But this is much more action RPG-ish than anything. Soul Hackers series is also part of the Devil Summoners brand franchise of it. I don't know.
I mean, Switch is just like the RPG machine, man. Like, there's a few more at the end of the life cycle.
Yeah, pretty much. This one comes out in June, so
yeah, it's real soon. June 19th.
I heard a couple people I've listened to that talked about this more in the way of being like, "Oh wow, I don't have to pull out my PS2 copy if I want to play this now."
Right. Same thing with Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't have to pull out the Wii U anymore. We got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's cool. What was next?
Shadow Labyrinth, baby.
Oh wait, the weird Pac-Man game.
This is, I think, the one that my daughter popped the most for. She's like, Daddy, it's Pac-Man and like action, like fighting. It's like, yeah, it's fucking weird.
It is really weird.
I don't know. I'm excited for this. I hope to God. I mean, you probably saw in Fantasy Critic, I picked it up. I hope to God that it does well. I think the concept is really neat. But I don't know, man. We'll see.
It's so weird.
It's so weird, and it looks a little weird. I don't know. Yeah. This could be a bad pickup for me.
I'm like, who was pitching this inside
Bandai?
Capcom. Bandai, yeah.
I was like, what was it, Capcom?
No, Bandai. Like, who pitched this?
Exactly.
What is this pitch?
Yeah, I just still don't know what it is. I know it's a Pac-Man Metroidvania. That's all I got. So that's enough for me to be like, you know what? I'm gonna come look at this
Sure, why not?
car wreck. Let's see what happens. This
Yeah.
fucking weird ass Pac-Man turns into a monster. Fucking great.
Yeah. Then we got Patapon. I've never played a Patapon.
Dude, when this came up, my daughter was like, "Oh, it's the hand thing from Astrobot." And I was like, "What?" And I ran over and looked at it. I was like, "Oh yeah, I had no idea what the fuck those things were. It's Patapon. All right."
Patapons. But I've never played them. But now you get 1 and 2 together.
So is this a sign of Sony being like, "We're going to put some more stuff on Switch"? I guess
that'd be cool if they just, continue to do it.
I mean, because this is Sony, right? I mean, this is
Sony
Studio,
yeah.
but Sony still owns this, right?
Yeah,
it says they're licensed by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was Sony. So that's weird. So it's Bandai Namco putting it out.
Exactly.
But licensing it from Sony to put it out.
Which is what happened with Freedom Wars. Bandai licensed Freedom Wars, I believe, from Sony as well.
Yeah. I guess they're just, that shows that there's some willingness of Sony to be like, yeah, we're not going to do this ourselves, but if you pay us money, we'll let you do it.
Yeah, right.
So for Sony, it's a win-win no matter what. They just get money.
Yeah, you do work.
And they don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. I don't know. I've never seen Patapon before. I've heard about it a lot because Greg Miller from Kinda Funny just loves this game. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this kind of looks interesting. More than I thought.
It is. Yeah.
Rhythm battle kind of thing. So.
Yeah, a 2D rhythm army skirmishy game. It's weird. That's all it is. But neat.
That's the story of this direct. Half these things are just fucking weird.
Yeah. Then we got Story of Seasons series. This is a DS Harvest Moon-ish game.
Well, it was Harvest Moon when it was on.
It was, and then it was Harvest Moon Story of Seasons, which I actually have that cart. Or my wife has that cart, but so I have actually played this one a little bit. But yeah, it's Harvest Moon.
They had to have their farming sim somewhere in this direct.
Exactly. And as my family is playing Stardew Valley, every time I see a Harvest Moon, I'm like, well, Stardew Valley just did it all better.
Right. Yep.
Because this was the time. This was a game from that time where it felt like the Harvest Moon stuff was just being very rote and repetitive and not really, kind of just slowly dying. And then Stardew Valley came out and was like, here, let's revitalize this a bit. Let's take a lot of ideas and put them all into one. So I don't know.
I'll tell you the part of the trailer where my daughter perked up. Daddy, it's a farming game or whatever. It's like Animal Crossing, she kept saying. It's Animal Crossing. Oh my god, he has a paraglider. He's floating through the air. Can we play this?
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes, man. If you got a paraglider in a game, she is fucking sold. Which, I mean, to be fair, I understand. It's real fun. The next one was Metroid Prime 4, Beyond, which we talked about. Anything else you want to say about that one?
Nope.
I will tell you how stupid I am. I went on to Fantasy Critic. I'm like, whoa, shit. For some reason, it's showing up as not taken. I want to try to grab it. And it says you can't bid on something that someone else already owns. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Anthony grabbed this a while ago. Silly me.
You just missed it in the list?
I don't know what I was thinking. It didn't show up as claimed. Usually it shows up as claimed.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what the hell? Great. No, it's claimed. Disney Villains Cursed Cafe got shadow dropped. It's a Disney potion brewing simulator where you can influence the lives of Disney villains. Yeah. I'm stoked because Yzma's maybe central in it. She's the brewer, right?
Either the brewer or she's the one giving you like weird ingredients.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love the Emperor's New Groove, so anything with Yzma is awesome. Still convincing my family here that it's a great movie. They do not believe me. Man.
Why?
I don't know.
Have they watched it?
My wife has. My daughter hasn't. I just showed my daughter the first 10 minutes, and she was not feeling it. I was like, man, this movie is so good.
It's amazing.
Oh my God.
Which I kind of think both my kids, I mean, they've seen it a couple times because my wife and I absolutely love that movie. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they're nearly as excited by it as we are.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm like, how can you not?
Yep. I chalk it up to one of those things of like, you know what? Okay, fine. It's something that I like and I will always love, and no one else will. It's fine. In my family, at least. But I'm glad you like it too, and your wife as well.
It's so good.
It's so fucking good. It's so funny, unbelievably funny. Oh, still funny. I think I watched it like 5 months ago. I was like, this is still good. Oh, he's got his own theme song.
Hey, I'm a llama again.
Wait. Oh my God. So good.
So good. It is. Okay. I was excited for this next one. Yeah. So this is Witchbrook by Chucklefish. And all we got is out in holiday 2025, but basically it is, I wouldn't say it's a Harry Potter simulator completely, but it is a, like, you are going to an academy for witches, and it's all like social gameplay and classes and time management, and really pretty pixel art. Like, holy crap, the pixel art looks good.
It really does.
Like, they outdid themselves. Chucklefish outdid themselves this time. And they're known for good pixel art. That's like what they do. But holy crap, the isometric pixel art and everything, the buildings and the detail and the backgrounds everywhere. It's just incredible.
There's so much good detail in this art.
Here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very curious. It grabbed me from the art style. And I'm just curious to see it. Like, I think this is one that most of my family would be really into. So yeah, I'm really excited for this.
My daughter was very excited. She just yelled, "Kiki's Delivery Service!" I'm like, yeah,
it totally has that vibe. Totally has that vibe.
She is way into it. It looks so good. I guess I had forgotten because I've associated Chucklefish for so long as the publishers of Stardew Valley briefly on console. But they are the ones who made Wargroove. Which is a totally great game. But this is looks like a step above, man. I'm excited about this one. This looks really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if holiday 2025 means it'll be pushed or if they're really still just trying to nail down a date, get away from GTA 6 or whatever, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, I was looking at the last... Oh yeah, they did Wargroove 2. I was looking at the games. That was a couple years ago. I forgot
Wargroove
they made
2.
it. Yep. Yeah. And they did Starbound along, 2016. I've had that game on Steam for a long time.
I didn't realize they did Starbound.
Yeah, it's like Terraria, Space Terraria.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I had that one too.
Yeah, it was their first game. And got them known for their pixel art.
Yeah, style. I mean, God, this looks amazing. So, well done, folks. The next one, I've seen this one briefly before, but I didn't associate the title with it. I just saw something that came up on my YouTube algorithm about video game art, basically, and it's just like hand drawn. Mm-hmm. Saw this thing, and it had a Gamescom demo. I think that's when I saw it. But this is a game called The Eternal Life of Goldman. It is a platformer with an old guy with a cane who is just fucking Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDucking his way through the level. And I saw the publisher is THQ Nordic, I think. And they had commented in the comments of the Nintendo Direct breakout of just this game. And they answered, they said, I see a lot of people asking it. Yes, this game is heavily influenced by DuckTales, which is so cool.
That is hilarious.
The pogo mechanics down to the name Goldman, because Scrooge McDuck swims through the gold coins. So, but there's some YouTube stuff about the dev team whose name I'm forgetting right now. Hand drawing this boss that you see in this trailer. If none of you have seen The Eternal Life of Goldman, you should go check out the trailer. It is just gorgeously animated, in my view.
I'd be terrible at this point in my life, but there is a picture of me at the end credits having beat DuckTales as a kid.
Yes.
Like
As
I have
every young
my
kid should.
grandparents gave me it because I was like so happy I beat it. They took a picture of me by the TV with
That is so cool.
I still have that picture.
That's really cool. That's a great feat.
It was a good game. It was a really good game.
Oh, I love DuckTales. That one, and then I went right into Darkwing Duck. I've told this story before, but that was my feat. Like the first really hard game. I mean, hard, quote unquote, whatever. But I was having a hard time with it, and my brother made me stick with it until I beat it, and I was so fucking proud of myself. It was so great. So yeah, in the Duck family.
Nice. Next, there was a Gradius collection. I will not be playing this. It's Gradius. If you like bullet hells, it's one of the grandfathers of bullet hells. So
I played so much Gradius 3 as a kid on the NES, so much.
Yeah.
So I almost want to pick it up just for that. But yeah, absolutely just a bullet hell.
Yeah. I played some of these. I played R-Type more. Definitely like super R-Type. I had that on Super Nintendo.
I think this one has a new game attached as well. Like there's Salamander 1 and 2, and then I think 3 is like a brand new game that's never been out before.
All right.
I think that's what I heard people talking about. I don't know shit about whatever that is, but if you care, there you go. The Crypt of the Necrodancer is coming to Switch.
Yep, that's cool.
That dropped the day of the thing, and that was fairly well reviewed. It was like an 82 on OpenCritic.
Yeah.
So people like it. Good.
Different. Yep. Then I got one that people were real excited about. Tamagotchi Plaza. Heard a lot of excitement for this thing.
Were people excited about this or Tomodachi Life?
Oh, sorry, Tomodachi Life. Sorry.
Yeah.
Getting them confused.
I got confused too because I was like, "Oh, this is the." Oh no, this is not that one.
No, it's not the one. No, Tamagotchi Plaza. No one. This one was fine. Whatever.
This one was fine. My daughter was excited because she has a Tamagotchi, little digital pet that she plays with every day, and she's like, "Wait, is it a video game?" I was like, "It's not going to be a good one. I don't think it's going to be a good one, man. Sorry, daughter.
Probably not." But yeah, that passed. Then we got a new trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, still confirming that this game will actually be out on the original Switch as well. Because I was kind of curious if this was actually going to launch on the original Switch.
Yeah, me too. I thought it would just be they go to a 2 after all the Scarvi stuff, where it wouldn't run very well. So,
but they're like, nope, we're doing it. I don't know. I have to see if my kids are excited for it. I'm not really that excited for another Pokemon game.
Yeah, Pokemon's not really been my game. I've dabbled.
It's never been my franchise. I've tried at different times, and I get it. I think, for the most part, as I've told people, I think we're just slightly before the big Pokemon craze. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Like just a year or two out from it. Like if I was a year or two younger, I'd probably be in love with Pokemon and would have seen like the cartoon and all that stuff. But
it was
just slightly ahead of it when all that came out and stole everything. So I see them and they're neat. My kids love Pokemon, and so I've played it for them and like tried to understand it, and I do understand it, but it doesn't. It's not a thing where I'm like, yes, Pokemon. Although I should show this trailer to my kids. I bet they'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah, I wish my daughter was more into it. Like, we got a couple of Pokemon games specifically to check out with her because she was into Go for a while, but she didn't even say anything during the trailer, and it's a fucking long trailer. I was like, what's so quiet back there? She's like, oh, it's Pokemon. It's like, okay.
Okay.
But the next one blew the fucking doors off the place. Rhythm Heaven is coming back, and people did not expect that to be coming back. Yeah. People are very excited for this. I don't know if you've ever played Rhythm Heaven.
Nope, never played them. But I do love the boop.
Yep.
Boop. It's so weird. It's
It's so weird. Someone
I
had
love
described
it.
it. Someone had described it as it's WarioWare but music. Like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I like WarioWare. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it looks,
Yeah.
man,
People are real excited for this one. I know that.
yep, so excited. This one and the last one.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should get to the. When do we want to talk about virtual game cards?
Why don't we say that until the end? Like, go through the games and we'll come back to the virtual game cards. But the Rhythm Heaven, the thing's interesting, besides the fact that it's fucking back, is that it's back in 2026, which means they're like, hey, yeah, Switch is going to have a life cycle after the Switch 2 comes out.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
that's true. I actually wondered how many games we'll see shown on this coming Wednesday that are also still going to be playable on the first Switch.
I
think
would imagine
some
several.
might.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them. Like, I
No,
do think there's
definitely
going to
not.
be specific ones, like the new Mario Kart is not.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of first party Nintendo that are going to be like, absolutely not. These are Switch 2 games, but I feel like a lot of third party people are going to be like, we're showing stuff for the Switch 2, but man, we want our games to actually have the entire Switch install base
yeah,
to
sure,
sell
exactly.
on.
But like, my assumption is, and this, I'm holding out hope for this, that it runs well too, but like AC Shadows, I think is going to be there on Wednesday. There's no way in hell that's a Switch 1 game. They can't take advantage of that.
No, and I think there's stuff like I expect Remake and Rebirth to be on Switch 2.
Oh my god, that'd be great. Yeah.
Because they can. I feel like they can be in some form, but there's no way those run on base Switch.
No.
There's a lot of just newer games that will be on Switch 2. I should say not newer. Modern games.
Right.
Console games.
The Remake was 2020, 2019?
Yes, basically PS4 games can be there. And then some downports of PS5 that are games that bridge the PS4 PS5 gap.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how Rebirth runs on a Switch, but we don't know how the Switch hardware really is yet. So
yeah, I feel like they'll try to make that work because I'm sure Square would love to sell more of those.
I mean, launch day, people are going to buy whatever the Nintendo game is, and then check out some third party stuff because they want to play something on their Switch. So Switch 2, I should say. Okay, so we'll come back to the virtual game card system, and High on Life was announced. It's coming to Switch.
Whatever.
Okay. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
I don't know what Star Overdrive is. Do you?
Was this part of their? Oh, this
was announced.
Yeah, this is like skating across alien landscapes. It looked interesting to me. I don't think it's a Switch exclusive.
No, I think I've heard this before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on Steam. Man, April 10th is a popular day.
What else is coming out on April 10th?
Promise Mascot Agency.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was another game I know of also coming out on that day.
Star Overdrive is coming soon on Steam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to know when that will be out on Steam or if they... But either way, it's...
Similar to Hogwarts Legacy. Okay.
Sure, Steam. So it looks interesting. Neat little indie game.
Yep, for sure.
Wandering Village is actually, I believe, out on...
I think that game...
Wandering Village is on Steam. It's been out for since 2022.
Oh, it's been out for that long?
Yeah. It's an early it's an early access game.
Early access, so it might be hitting 1.0.
I bet this is I think that's the release date for 1.0 if they're putting it on Switch.
Yeah, I've had this on my wish list for a while. So have you, obviously. Yeah.
I've basically been waiting for it to hit 1.0. It looks really neat. I like city builders, and this is a cool concept for a city builder being on like the back of a giant creature.
Yep. It's like a Xenoblade / Stardew or something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then there was just like a bunch of quick stuff.
Montage,
Yeah. King of Meat, oh right, that was like a multiplayer Splatoon-y thing. Venture game, Lose Lagoon, Fantasy Life I then got a release date. because it got delayed. It delayed this year.
Yep.
So they've now committed to May 21st this year.
I just hate the trailer. I think the trailer looks so like mobile gamey. I don't know, man.
A little bit.
Wish them luck. People are excited about this game for sure, but God, it doesn't sell it to me at least.
Yeah.
But I'm also not I'm not the audience for this one, I think.
Yeah, I can't even think if I ever... What was the first Fantasy Life on?
DS, I thought. Maybe
yeah, I had some... Yeah, it's 2012. I knew people who played this at PodCap, and I looked at it and stuff. It was a very, very simple, like, life sim RPG. Very simplistic. So, doesn't surprise me you think it looks like a mobile game, because it is pretty simple.
Yep.
And then they had that, and then there was a shadow drop of Saga Frontier 2, because it came out that same day. Remastered. Which I don't think I've ever played a Saga Frontier.
Well, I think Saga games are the ones that spun off of Final Fantasy II that kept that weird Final Fantasy II leveling system, right? This is a Square Enix thing, isn't it? Oh,
it is a Square Enix thing.
Yeah.
Saga Frontier... This one was on PlayStation. I do remember this on PlayStation. I never bought it. I just remember the cover.
Yeah.
Saga series, that?
When we were doing our Final Fantasy II, it came up, and I didn't dig into it too much, but it
came out in 89. It was called Final Fantasy Legend on the Game Boy. It was the same. I mean, it was the same time when they did Mana series.
Final Fantasy
Saga.
Adventure.
and we got those were the two split. They made
exactly.
They spun off these two spin-off games.
But if I'm not incorrect, they kept the idea where you level up based on kind of what you do. Like if you attack more, you're leveling up your attack skills, or whatever you're defending, you level up your defense, etc. Which is a neat system from Final Fantasy 2. So
maybe,
but
I've never played these. But Saga, they always looked pretty though, especially the later ones, because they're all watercolor. Saga Frontier and Saga Frontier 2. They have like watercolor backgrounds, and they're very.
I like this. I like the sprites too. They're a little bigger than normal. Stretched out minifigs a little bit.
I haven't looked at how well what people have been thinking of the remastered version, but
let's see here. See if I can find it. Saga Frontier Remastered came out in 2021. It's very positive. Yeah, first one. Very positive on Steam at least, but only 500 reviews.
Yeah, they were always a little bit niche overall.
Yeah, sure.
Frontier 2 was 97% positive, with 89 reviews. So,
wait, is Saga Frontier 2 already on Steam?
Yeah.
Oh.
Came out the same day. It just launched across everything.
Oh, duh. They all came out at the same time. Got it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
After that, we got some Monument Valley coming to Switch, which is cool.
A little late, but sure.
A little late, yeah. I mean, 1 and 2 are coming. Those have been out for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I love 1. I didn't play 2, but 1 I played all the way through.
Yeah, and then 3 came out, but I didn't ever really hear much about it at all.
No, I'm pretty sure you picked up on Fantasy Critic last year, and you didn't get
I did. It was like no one's talking about it.
No one reviewed it, apparently. So,
but then they also announced to do Everybody's Golf, which there's just something about a nice golf game.
Oh yeah, especially a good golf game.
Yeah, this is a bit more arcadey golf game in a lot of ways.
I played Everybody's Golf on the PS4, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah. It's just another PlayStation kind of game coming to. I mean, I think they're not PlayStation owned anymore or whatever, but
no,
still you associate with PlayStation.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots.
Yep,
crazy
because it was Hot Shots Golf before, and then they changed it to Everybody's Golf.
Yeah, so crazy.
Yeah.
What else? We got Streets of Rage for Dev making this Marvel beat 'em up, which boy does it have a lot of inspiration by the old arcade game.
Oh my god, dude! It looks so good. It's the Shredder's Revenge team, obviously Streets of Rage 2, but also like it just harkens back to the fucking beat 'em up arcade games we played as kids.
Yeah,
so excited for this one.
It should be good. There's a lot of characters, and I want to. It's holiday 2025, so I feel like there's going to be a number more trailers throughout the year showing even more Marvel characters. Kind of showing them there.
I just need Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider. I know Spider-Man's in it, but god damn it, give me another Spider. I don't know if they will, but they probably won't. But there's some deep cuts in here. Some ones that I don't fucking know, but people were excited about. And it's got X-Men in there. It's got Wolverine. It's got Storm.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's like this is comics. This is a full-on Marvel comics license. So yeah, it has a bunch of stuff there. I see Nova.
Yep.
Yeah. Cosmic Invasion.
The pixel art looks gorgeous, and it's a tag.
Yep.
It's a tag-in kind of thing where you play with two characters that comes in and tags in as you're playing. So.
Yeah, it's cool.
This looks fucking dope. I'm so in.
Yep.
I thought about picking up on Fantasy Critic, but holiday, anything that's not like dated, I'm a little wary of at this point.
Yep. So. Similar to me. I've thought about picking a couple, and I was like, holiday. I'll probably wait just a little bit.
Exactly.
But now we get to Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, this is the weird one. I remember Tomodachi Life when it came out on the 3DS, I think it was, and I was like, what the fuck is this weird thing? I didn't touch it, but apparently people love it.
Yeah.
People were losing their minds about this coming back. And it's another 2026 game, so Switch has got a life ahead of it. But I guess the draw of this game is just like people, you can just go hang out in town and go talk to people, and they say weird things to you and do weird things.
Pretty much. Yes. As far as I know, again, this was not one I had, but we had it at... Really, the 3DS was like a prime time at PopCap. So many people, we all had 3DSs, and we were all just playing different games on the 3DSs, but that's how I just saw a lot of these other games. But yeah, I saw him play and was like, this is a weird game. It's such a weird game. The Mii characters are so weird. Yeah, it's not Animal Crossing, but it kind of has some vibes of that, and I don't even know.
Yeah, because I don't know what my daughter saw it. She's like, "It's another Animal Crossing game." I was like, "What?" Actually, you know what?
But not.
By the time we had got to this part, we had stopped in front of her school, and we were just sitting there listening. And they basically came up and said, "We have one more game announcement," and then it was the ocean noise. And she was watching it. I wasn't. I fucking jumped into the back seat of my car because I thought it was Wind Waker. And I looked at it, I was like, is it Animal Crossing? What the fuck is this? Oh, man. It's not Wind Waker.
No.
You can get a used copy of Tomodachi Life for the 3DS for $300.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. People really do love this game.
Yeah, and it didn't honestly sell a huge amount back in the day. So copies are sparse. One of those hidden gems.
Yep, totally.
And then Nintendo finished this whole thing off with, hey, here's a calendar app so you know all the important things that Nintendo's going to do.
I thought, so it's basically download it and as soon as the Switch 2 announcement comes out next week, that's where you get your Switch 2 news. Like, we'll have daily news from all your
pre-order.
I fucking hope so, dude. But someone in a podcast later was discussing it and pointing out something that I thought was maybe the reason why they did this. Twitter's a fucking hellhole. Like, whatever platform they're on, they're kind of dependent on the platform being sane. So maybe they want to build somewhat of their own news pipeline platform.
I mean, that's very Nintendo. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They would like to control their messaging and have their own little walled garden on things.
Yep. So
Yeah,
keep it safe. So it's not a Nintendo news item followed by a fucking swastika or whatever, you know?
Yeah, anything
It's
that they're just like,
news
no, we
feed.
don't want that. But it's similar to how they released the music app as well, where they're like, no, we're not putting our music on other music platforms. We will have our own app for you to listen to our music. So that makes it kind of makes sense to me, but it was an odd. I was like, this is what they're finishing with.
Yes, totally. Very odd finish.
Yeah.
But whatever. I downloaded it, and it's got some interesting tidbits there. I'll be curious to see what it is after the Switch 2 this Wednesday. What kind of stuff's in there? So, and then we will click back to the virtual game card system, which was explained in what I thought was a confusing way.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
I feel like they're getting ahead of this because a lot of people will have Switch 2s and they want
that's
this
exactly
ability.
right. Yep. Like I bought a bunch of digital things on my Switch, which I'm going to pass on to whomever in my family. So I will have the Switch 2. What do I do with my digital games? So the idea is you can basically, quote unquote, eject your digital game and loan it to someone using basically local wireless to do a check, whatever. And they get it for 2 weeks. And when they have it, you don't have it. I personally, if this works out the way that it is, I think it's great because I'm not going to do the make my primary Switch secondary and make my daughter's Switch Lite a primary. I don't really want to do that. So if we can just click and then I can loan her a digital game for 2 weeks. Perfect. So I'm pretty excited about this idea, even though I know it's a very Nintendo way to fucking do this.
Yeah, it is an incredibly Nintendo way of doing this. And it's fine. I feel like there'd be easier ways of doing it, but
yes, right.
This is what they decided to do.
Yep. Well, I just appreciate that they're thinking about, this is a problem for somebody. We want to try to solve it. Yes. Also in a way that makes it so we aren't screwed. Like you can't, loan the same thing to 12 people and you can't loan it over the internet or whatever.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. So,
I mean, and that fits as always. The being near part, physically around someone that you're doing this with, that doesn't surprise me from a Nintendo standpoint. Like, they've always had that mindset of like, hey, we don't do a lot of stuff just over the internet. We expect people to be in proximity to each other to do a lot of interesting networking stuff. And people can complain about all they want, but clearly Nintendo's like, no, this is what we do. It goes to like the physical toy aspect that they always as kind of at a core of their identity. So
right, exactly.
It's going to be what it is. But it is a solution that is at least somewhat usable for a lot of in a lot of ways. So the 14-day loaning is kind of cool. I'll be honest.
I think this is great because I take my Switch with me. I took my Switch to New York. I would love to take the Switch Lite instead, but I want my digital games. I mainly play those. I don't bring my disc games. So this is a great way for that to be possible. So I can bring an even smaller Switch with me. So all good. Overall, interesting games. I thought this was one of the better directs, mainly because there's a lot of things that were interesting to me. So, and some neat surprises.
Yeah, I would agree. It was. I had a fine time watching it, and it has made me very excited for Wednesday as well.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Like what's to come, and to get two in a row, like this week and next week, man, that's fucking great. So
yeah. A lot of good stuff to look forward throughout the year, though. So
for sure,
that makes me happy.
Yep. 2025 will be a great year, at least in one aspect, video games.
Exactly.
Specifically, so all good. Why don't we pivot to what we've been playing? I have a huge list, so maybe we'll start with you.
I only have one. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I'm about 15 hours in. It's a weird game.
It is.
I'm enjoying it. But really, everyone who talks about it, I'm like, yep, this is a single player MMO. It is structured like an MMO. The way quests kind of come up, how side quests work, how exploration works, just the whole thing. I'm like, this is an MMO. And once you just accept that and play it in that style of like the pacing of how that works, yeah, it's so easy to just get lost in at that point. And I have, and I've just been exploring the map, going crazy. They do weird mixes of real high level areas between you and where you want to go. And you got to figure out how to get through it without dying. Which is just part of the game. And I've been enjoying that quite a bit. There's a certain level of freedom that it gives you overall that is refreshing. It's different than the mainline Xenoblades. I've never played 2, but I played Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive and 3. X is very much a spinoff. It is very different. In story and presentation and even music. I really like the music, but the music is very different than typical Xenoblade music.
Yeah, because I played a bit of Definitive and that's about it. So I don't really have the typical Xenoblade music in my head. So when I'm playing XCX, which is one of the ones I'm playing this last week, I like the music a lot, especially the battle music.
It's more rock. Exactly. And where I would say the normal Xenoblade style is a lot more. It's not that it is more orchestrated in what you would expect out of it. Like a fantasy RPG, sci-fi fantasy RPG. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicle X, done that. Still don't have my mechs, but I did watch an early review that was just like, hey, don't rush the mechs. Like, you'll get them. Just explore, enjoy the game. Because I do know once you have your mech, things like you can explore the world in your mech, and then that changes how creatures even interact. Like big creatures then become aggro to you as opposed to they're not whenever you're a small person running around. Exploration just changes, which is crazy. I will crib off a thing I watched yesterday from Digital Foundry. They did a video on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And they were just gushing mostly about how, like, hey, this is a 10-year-old game. It looks great on the Switch. The updates are great. There's better shadows and detail. The characters look better. But they're even like 10 years ago. You look at the open world games from 10 years ago. And while even on the Wii U, it just felt like a marvel that this game could even be on the Wii U.
Yeah, right.
And it's not like that they're like the view distance are insane, but the art direction on the planet itself makes it look good at distance.
When it draws it draws your attention to different places to go, and it makes you think there's stuff out there.
It's not high detailed, but the texture work that they do there makes it. They break up textures so it doesn't look like you're seeing the same repeated textures at distance. The trees, the way they fade out foliage and leave some foliage and trees in distance, just like evokes that there's more out there.
Yep.
And the Digital Foundry comparison was a much newer game, Halo Infinite. They're like, okay, here's being on the peak of Halo Infinite, looking at a distance. And yeah, the distance stuff looks just terrible in Halo Infinite. The trees, the foliage looks awful. It's like super low resolution, low level of detail. The textures on the mountains are just the same repeating textures. You can just see the pattern in them. It's like, this is just bad. It's just not great art direction. Like, it's not that Xenoblade's doing anything different. It's on lower powered hardware. It's just like they thought about it and were like, how do we make this look good at low power,
right,
low fidelity? And it just comes down to just making those choices artistically, not relying on like high tech effectively. You just gotta put the work in, and they did it. And Monolith really does it. I've been having a good time. I love getting to the top of things and just looking out over the world and seeing where I can go, what I can find. I've been in 4 biomes now.
Oh, cool.
Like, I've been to the desert. I've been to some weird place up north. I don't even know what to call it. I'm like super alien landscape, and then like poison swamp jungle area, and then the plains. So having a good time, but have to treat it like an MMO. It's structured like an MMO.
It's a side quest the game.
It is, and even the story quests, you finish them, and they're like, each chapter is like an hour at most. It's just like, nope, that was the chunk of story quest, and now just go do other stuff.
I like that you kind of move through the chapters fairly quickly.
Yeah.
It's got a nice pace to it.
It does. There's a different story, and then the person I'm like, oh, what can I do before I have to progress the next story quest? So let me go do all that side stuff. So yeah, pretty happy with it. I'm happy I picked it up and to play it. And I still look at it, I'm like, how does this game even run on a Switch?
Exactly.
And look how it does. I mean, Monolith Soft are insane like that. I said the same thing about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, I don't know how they make I don't know how they make these type of games for that hardware.
Yep. They are one of the most important studios that Nintendo works with, or I think they own them fully out right now. But
it's either fully or like 90%.
Yeah, that sounds right.
No, I think it is fully now. I actually think they bought the last 10%. That was the thing.
I think they did too.
Yeah. They were like, finally, we've owned 90% of you for like a decade.
Yep.
Fine, we'll just buy the last 10% now.
Well, and I think, the XCX came out in 2015, and then Monolith Soft, either was doing it at the same time or rolled right into being a support studio for Breath of the Wild, and the same kind of stuff, the vistas, the way the geography, the art style of the geography is. You see shades of that in this game. I'm playing it too. I've only put 5 hours in on my plane rides back and forth. It's a game that I'll dip in and out of. I like it. I really like the battle system, especially where you've got the different arts and you get people calling out the art that they want. And when you hit the art that they want, that's how you get your health. Or if you hit the soul gauge or soul, whatever, at the right timing to get some health. It's a really smart way, or an interesting and a different way to do health refills as you're battling. There's no potions or anything like that. So it really matters how well you time and you pay attention to what your squad mates want.
It's very engaging.
It is. It really is engaging. Like, the battle is not boring. I really like that. I like also, as you're going around the world, when you're popping toward different people, like a little bit of story text comes out, like tells you what they are, or who they are, what they're doing. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of really cool world building happening in this game. And I played more of this game than I've played of any Xenoblade game. So at 5 hours, so I haven't put that much time into anything, but yeah, enjoying it quite a bit. Played on the plane, played some other things on the plane, which I'll talk about. I have quite a list here, so I'm going to go quickly through these. My friend Kartik and I played Split Fiction. We played about 2 hours. It's fucking great. It is so good at what it's doing. The multiplayer co-op component, where like he has different skills than I do, and he has to do something with his skills on his side of the screen so that I can do my thing and we can progress together. I had thought briefly about playing this game with my daughter or with my wife. No chance. Like, you have to be really pretty good at platforming to play together.
Okay.
I know that the obviously it's a 90 on OpenCritic. Congratulations on picking it up. Good choice. The highest one for all of us so far. But the writing was kind of dinged. But so far, I think the writing's fine. Like, it's not like amazing, but it's also not bad. So maybe it'll get worse later. But so far, not so bad. So enjoying that. XCX I talked about, so I'll skip past that. Let me tell you, Anthony, I wish I could go back in time for a lot of reasons. Obviously, in all of our lives, we make mistakes or whatever. I'll tell you a mistake I made last year. I didn't put Balatro on my Game of the Year list. I don't know if you know this, Anthony. Balatro's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I turned off XCX after like probably 2 hours on the plane ride to New York. And I was like, what do I want to play? I'm like, I'll do something different. I'll load up Balatro. And I played it the rest of the trip. I played it the rest of that plane ride. Basically 3 hours straight. That game is wow. It's so smart how it does, everyone knows this game at this point, but the way that it does the roguelike with fucking cards, and you can just like build a pair being like the most expensive fucking payout that you can have if you build it right or whatever. The way that you can just fuck with the odds and repeat a card and turn everything into clubs or whatever you're doing, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
So played a bunch of that, and then on the way in New York and on the way home, I after playing Xenoblade, I clicked over to a different roguelite, Hades. I played a lot more Hades. I did like 10 more runs.
Oh, nice.
I got so close to beating Hades again like 4 times, and I just died at the last second on something stupid. But boy, that game is incredible. Let me tell you, after playing Bastion, I wanted to check out Hades again just to kind of compare again, and it's like, man, it's just so good. So that Final Fantasy 9, played a little bit of Final Fantasy 9 this weekend, just kind of progressing the story a little bit. It's good stuff. But the buzz around AC Shadows made me go back to AC Origins. It's an Assassin's Creed that I played most of, but not all the way through. I'm wanting to go back and play old games instead of buying new games, obviously. And guess what? I did it, and I'm going to beat it tonight after the podcast.
Nice.
It is so good, and it's really scratching the itch. The ending is so interesting, man, because you get to a part where it's like, okay, this is where the game's going to end. It's going to be a really trite ending. This sucks, whatever. Nope, absolutely not. It's not the fucking end. All of a sudden, things get just like tables turned, and I was so fucking angry at what happened in the story because I felt like Bayek got betrayed, and I was like, oh shit, I'm actually feeling something. This is great. So yeah, AC Origins, finishing that tonight. And then my daughter wanted to play something new, so we played a little game called Peggle 2 for a while. She really had a lot of fun with that. And then we checked out Trials Fusion from Ubisoft, and she's obsessed. That's all she wants to play right now. It's really crazy. But it's so mad. So if people haven't played it, you're controlling a dirt bike and you're going through this course trying to get from the beginning to the end. And there's a bunch of crazy ass jumps and a lot of physics. It is so frustrating to watch her play this game because she hasn't quite got the physics down. So she's like really leaning on her stick and just like doing head over heel flips and landing on her neck and all this stuff, and taking, 50-second course takes her like 6 minutes, but whatever. She's having a great time. So it's a lot of fun to see. So that's the quick hit of what we've been playing. a lot, man. When you're sitting on a plane for 11 hours or so, you get a lot of time to play.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be there in a week.
Yeah, you will.
So I have a lot of time. My little Ambernick thing to play a bunch of PS1 games. So I'm gonna have fun there.
Yep, that's real cool. Anything else for the podcast
tempted.
Tonight?
I'm so tempted still. I'm like, I could take my Steam Deck though.
That's so big, man.
It's big, and I'd be so mad if something happened to it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest.
You got or the Switch.
Yeah, that seems more like, hey, just bring your digital games. Don't bring any of your physical games. And if something happens to it, you'll be getting a Switch too eventually. You can just transfer it.
There you go. Yeah, never mind. It'll be okay. But yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, if you like our podcast, please rate it on your podcast service of choice. We will be back. I believe you'll still be here. We'll be back next week to recap the Switch 2. And that will be our final podcast for a couple of weeks while Anthony goes on vacation. I will have some guests. We'll have some fun. And we'll see you next week.
Later, everyone.